Welcome to the next episode of Let's Get It In with Chef Carine Merritt. This is episode 9, season 2, and I have my amazing guest here today, Tara Bazilian-Chang. I had to make sure I said her name correctly because
it's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, but give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
And today we are going to eat some delicious food. She picked off of our menu, so she decided to be just step outside the box. We've been having the fried chicken. The first time we had the oxtail, so this is the first time we're going to be having the Caribbean fried shrimp.
Oh.
So I'm excited. It smells delicious. I hope she enjoys it. So Caribbean fried shrimp, rice and peas, and the broccoli and garlic sauce is what you picked today. So we're gonna pick up our forks, we're gonna get started, and let me know what you think again. Well, she actually had my food before, so she knows how it tastes, but we're gonna get the real reaction today. And she's hungry, so she's like, shut up and let's eat. So
yes.
let's get to it.
Let's dig in.
That is good.
Wow, that seasoning.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Very good.
Delicious.
And once again, I know you guys don't want to watch us eat it, but she said it's delicious. She's enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. So as usual, we're gonna go ahead off camera and finish up this meal. But like I said in the previous episode, if you guys remember, I switched up the smoothie. So it's different. It is not the pink tropical smoothie this time. This time, it is the dragon fruit mango smoothie. And it is so good. So we're gonna try it. Cheers. This one. That's good. Wow. Very refreshing.
It's delicious. You said you put oat milk in that?
Yep, oat milk. So I'm gonna use oat milk. For this one, it is oat milk, frozen dragon fruit, frozen mango, and honey. So this one is really simple, and it can be done at home. It could be done on the go if you have one of those portable smoothie makers, like those little small portable ones. So yes, so what we're gonna do is finish up our smoothies. We're gonna finish up our meals. She's like, I don't even know what you're talking about over here, girl. I'm eating this food. I don't. We're gonna eat this food, and we'll be right back with you. Hey guys, we are back. We are full. This is my favorite part of the episode. The aftermath of eating the delicious food.
Oh, so delicious.
Good. So good. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And our plates aren't empty. That's it. There's literally just the tails of the shrimp left. It was so good.
So good.
Oh, I'm so happy you enjoyed it. So, Tara, let's get to talking about your amazing business. You are the owner of TBC Photo.
Yep.
You are an amazing creative photographer.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy that I met you. I think I met you, this is maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Has it been that long?
It's been a while because I think I remember the networking event that I first met you at. And that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was, I think 3 or 4 years ago. So time has flown by, but here we are. And I'm so excited that I met you and that we built a connection like this. And I just want to know, like I know from all of our other entrepreneurs, what has inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Well, I knew that I wanted to be a photographer, and the options for being a photographer are kind of slim, and they don't really pay well.
Yeah.
So I thought, I had, my son was young at home, and I wanted to have a flexible schedule.
Yes.
So I decided to go into business for myself. What I didn't realize was that just because I'm a good photographer doesn't mean I know how to run a business.
Yes. See, that's the thing. That's where the trick comes in. Just because you're good at something, that doesn't mean you know how to turn it into a business.
Yes.
That is the hardest part.
Yes.
The skill part, you can have down, but
Yeah.
the actual business behind it, that's the difficult part.
The actual photography is probably 25% of what I do for my business.
Yeah.
You know, you
It's
have
true.
to be the marketer
Mhm.
and do posting on social media.
Yes.
You have to do research on where you want to spend your marketing dollars.
Yep.
To invest to get, and then you have to be the accountant.
Yes.
And the bookkeeper.
All the hats.
Yes.
Everything.
All of it. So I connected with the Women's Business Center at Canisius College.
Oh, I
which
love
is where
that.
we
Shout
met.
out to the Women's Business Center. Yes, they helped me so much in so many different ways. So
Yes.
yeah, shout out to them for sure.
So they basically taught me how to run a business.
Okay.
That's, I guess you could say they inspired me.
Nice. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that because that's what they're there for.
Yes.
And I love companies or businesses or, you know, anything that has to do with actually helping people that actually help people. Because, you know, there's ones out there, as you know, that will act like they're going to help, but nothing actually comes of it.
Yeah.
And I would say the Women's Business Center at Canisius actually helps you.
Yes.
Like step by step, and they have different people in different positions for different things that you need, which is a big thing
They have
because
a lot of resources.
yeah, I
And
love it.
there's things that they offer that I don't even take advantage of.
Yeah, that's
So-
very true. That's very true, and I definitely am guilty of that also.
Yeah. I mean,
Because it becomes so. Sometimes it gets so overwhelming. You know what I mean?
It
Because
does.
there's so
I
many
agree.
different things that need to be done, and you want to make sure you check all your boxes and you cross all your T's and dot all your I's, and then next thing you know, you're just like, you know what? Let me just step back, get it together, and maybe sit down with a counselor or something from the Women's Business Center and see if we can get some help.
yes.
Because
yes.
it gets a little crazy. So you
Yeah.
did also go, speaking of that, you went to Parsons School of Design in New York City. So is that where you became inspired to become a photographer, or did you always want to be a photographer and then you went to that school to further your skills?
So I always wanted to be an artist.
Oh, okay.
And I think that was because I got positive feedback as a child from my drawings.
Okay.
And so I fancied myself an artist. But as I got older, I realized I'm not very good at drawing or painting.
Yeah.
But I still want to be an artist. I really
Yeah.
liked that idea.
Mhm.
And then my sophomore year of high school,
Mhm.
this is back in the 80s,
Okay.
they had a very small darkroom. And you
Oh.
could take as an elective darkroom photography.
Oh, nice.
And so it was film back then. So
Mhm.
I did that and I instantly fell in love. It was one of those aha moments like,
Mhm.
this is it. I found what I want to do. I found my passion. And so I chose Parsons School of Design for their photography program.
Oh,
And
nice.
then my junior year, I transferred out to the University of New Mexico in Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Okay.
and finished there.
Mhm.
And I was inspired, I think, by several artists. The biggest inspirations, I think what brought me out to New Mexico was a photographer named Ansel Adams, who was photographing in the early 1900s.
Oh.
And he had those big 8x10, those big box cameras.
Yeah.
That you put the giant 8x10 piece of negative in.
Yes.
Or it's like a piece of glass.
Mm-hmm.
And, people didn't use those in the 80s anymore much, but his work, his landscape work was exquisite and so impressive.
Yeah.
And there was I can't remember his name, but my professor who was teaching darkroom photography at Parsons was actually the guy that prints Ansel Adams pieces.
What?
Yes. So,
How small is the world? Isn't that crazy?
so I got to learn from the best of the best. So
Wow, that's amazing.
it was very inspiring. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I finished photography and I wanted to do it for a living.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, there's not a lot of, I could work at JCPenney in their photo department for minimum wage, or I could work, for another photographer for minimum wage as a second shooter. if they have a gig. You know, there's no job security, there's no insurance. So, so when I decided to start my own business, it wasn't until it's almost 13 years now. In April will be 13 years ago.
Wow, nice. That's amazing
to do that, but I had already, you know, saved up some money and had stability.
Okay.
My husband's job had insurance that covered the family, so I didn't have to worry about
that. So you covered all your bases.
Yes.
Yep.
And then, because it still takes like that first year, 2, 3, you spend every penny you make investing it into the business.
That's where I am right now. This would be 4 years now since I've started my business, and literally, it's all output with the hopes and the prayers that the input will be worth all the output that was put into it. So yes. So that's amazing. 13 years of, and you can tell because you're so skilled. You take your, like, as you know, there's a world of, you know, of photographers and photography in general. And when you're good, you're good. And you can tell when people are, like, they really take care of and care about their work. And you're definitely one of them. Your work is amazing. It's always crisp and clean and very, very well taken. So, very proud. Very amazing. I love that. On Instagram, as I was stalking you, so I can find out as much information as possible. I see that you put your first post back in 2018. Was that when you first joined like social media and decided to kind of like put yourself out there, or was like Instagram kind of after Facebook, or like in social media in general? Has that been like your like a big thing?
Social media is huge. For me as a business owner. A lot of times, and you know, people get hung up on how many followers they have or how many likes they have.
That doesn't really matter.
That's called vanity metrics. The only person that helps is you and your ego. So, but I will tell you that on LinkedIn, I post mostly business portraits. Because I'm a portrait photographer. So business stuff I post on LinkedIn because that's known as a business networking platform. On Facebook, I post mostly family portraits, high school senior portraits, graduation, couples, like engagement sessions. I don't do weddings anymore, but I love to do engagement sessions, and I post those on Facebook. Instagram was the last one I joined. I never did Twitter.
I haven't gotten into Twitter
it.
I tried it. I can't get it. I didn't know what was happening.
Too fast, too much.
I tried. It was too fast.
I'm sitting there trying to type a response, and there's already 20 more. I'm like,
I was so lost on Twitter. Like of all the apps, I couldn't get it. So,
and I'm not posting pictures there, so it's not for me.
Exactly. It's very much like, okay, who do I want this post to reach? Kind of more so than like not so much how many likes or followers or anything like that. Because if you put out genuine content, the people who enjoy what you're doing are going to follow you anyway. And the people who are, even if they're just there to watch, they'll follow you to keep watching. You know what I mean? Regardless. So I feel like if you just put out genuine content and you're authentic, you know, the right people will follow you, and then you don't have to worry about that.
And you know, it's so complicated. They change all the systems for the platforms, so the algorithms are different every year.
Oh my goodness.
But I've had people reach out to me through messaging to hire me. To like I've had people on Instagram, mostly college age students, looking for someone to take pictures of them in their cap and gown or graduation, because they're from out of town, and say they go to Buff State or UB or Canisius or one of our local colleges, but they're not from here, and their parents can't come, so they want a picture of themselves, professional, to send to their parents. Right? But that picture that you're referring to, it's a guy with a red hoodie with a red background. So his name is Carlis Pope. He's a local Buffalo musician.
Nice.
Artist. He's got a couple of albums out or whatever.
Now. All right, we're going to go ahead and tag him in this video. Shout out to you for being her first post on Instagram. Well, her first business post on
Yeah.
Instagram.
That photo shoot, I still remember it. It was a lot of fun because he had this master plan that I absolutely loved. He made sweatshirts, had sweatshirts printed in all the colors of the rainbow with his album cover on it.
Ooh.
And then he wanted me to match the color of the background to his sweatshirt, to his hoodie.
That's good.
So I spent a lot of time on his photos because I was learning
Yeah, of
how
course.
to do that with him. So they're very special to me.
Oh.
So it came out pretty cool though.
That sounds cool. That was a master plan. That was a good idea.
That was a lot of fun.
Very good. Oh, that's cool.
I actually had a guy come to me for business portraits, and he said, you know, I watched some behind the scenes videos on YouTube and thought if I bought some lights, I could use my camera and do my own business portrait.
Oh.
I said, I'm guessing that didn't work out.
Yeah,
so
I was
well.
going to say, well, he was there with
Because
you.
now you're
Yeah.
here. He said, yeah, it's not as easy as they made it look.
It's not. It's really, really not.
I said, I hope you got a refund on all that lighting equipment you bought. 'cause that's pretty penny.
Or put it up on one of those
Yeah.
social media sites and sell them, because there'll be some people out there who could put that stuff to good use. So I hope he didn't let it go to waste.
Yeah.
She drank that smoothie so fast, I told her she better not have a brain freeze because she did. So speaking of that, I wanted to ask you, what are your top 3 favorite foods right now? Because I know that changes.
Yes.
Sometimes with the season, sometimes with the weather. So what is your top 3 favorite foods right now?
Well, I think of myself as a bit of a foodie, so I just love to try different foods. So can I say a style of food?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, because that's easier.
Yes.
My top 3, and not necessarily in this order, Mexican food, Caribbean food, and Korean food.
I love them all. I love them all. I'm going to steal
I
all
love
of those.
spice.
For me too.
I love spices.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. All right. So top 3 for me. I don't know if this would be considered. Yeah, we consider it food. I love peanut butter toast. I love peanut butter toast on brioche bread specifically. Like it has to be brioche and toasted.
Okay.
And honestly, any type of peanut butter, but not like smooth. Any type of smooth peanut butter, I'm good with that. I really love sweet corn on the cob. So good. With a lot of butter. A lot of butter on top. I can't believe it's not butter, not regular butter. And I really love this dairy-free yogurt that Tops sells.
Okay.
It's just really, really delicious. It has no dairy. No dairy bothers my stomach, which is why I make the milk, the smoothies with oat milk, and anything now that I use oat milk. Anything that takes milk, I use oat milk. Oh, that's cool. I love that. I love that. I'm a foodie myself, as you know, clearly. So I definitely love that. I love Caribbean, Mexican, and what was the last one? Korean. So I should have known that. I should have remembered that because it sounds so close to my name.
Do you like kimchi?
I love kimchi.
Okay, yeah, that's an acquired taste, I would say.
It is, but
if you are local and you would like to know where to get excellent kimchi, I would highly recommend Hana Mart for all your Korean food needs.
Ooh. Before she leaves, I'm going to get that name. I'm going to make sure I post it in the information here so we can all get some good, delicious, authentic kimchi.
Yes.
And all those other goodies that you can't find. And they try to have like replacements in the regular supermarkets, but it's nothing like the authentic, real,
Kimchi
straight
from a factory is never good.
So speaking of spice, I know you said you fell in love with photography in high school. You said, right?
Yeah.
What is your favorite type of photos to take? Like, what are your favorite type of photos to take?
Hey, just in general, I love taking pictures of people that enjoy getting their picture taken.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, because hate getting my picture taken. Hence, that's why I'm behind the camera.
Yeah.
So I'm really good at helping people feel good in front of the camera. But it's a process, and we have to talk about it, and we have to talk about like what makes you feel genuine joy, not laugh, haha, happy, not about to burst into giggles, but your eyes are your window to the soul. So if you want an authentic, genuine smile, your eyes have to be smiling also.
Yes.
And that is, it takes a little practice, a little coaching, a little working. But every once in a while, someone comes into my studio, and I don't have to give them any coaching at all.
Yeah.
They give me 100% their real smile, their authentic smile, and the whole thing goes really quickly and smoothly, and it just it makes for an easier session.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing to photograph are families with small kids. It's probably the most difficult thing for me to photograph.
I can imagine.
But I get so much joy out of it.
Oh, I love that.
But the thing is, I'm a master retoucher, so I can swap heads, right? So if I took a picture of the 5 of them, and two out of the 3 children are looking away, I can take a picture where I captured them smiling or looking at me from another picture and replace the head. So it looks like, in the picture, everybody is looking and smiling.
Really?
When in fact, it probably took 3 pictures to create that
one picture.
Right.
But that takes skill and talent. And I can see why that would be your favorite type of photo to capture, because it's genuine joy behind the photos. And as a model, because as you know, I've been modeling since I was 15, I know that it's, it depends on, and that's how I know you're a great photographer, like I was telling you before, because I've met so many different types of photographers. Speaking of retouching, quick story, when I was younger, I might have been maybe 18 or 19, and I was doing, you ever heard of Model Mayhem, that website? So it was a site from a while ago. I don't know if people still use it now, but at that time it was like big. And photographers and models would go on, you would have to sign up, and they would put casting calls and something like along the lines of what you were talking about earlier. There's something that's in Western New York that you can do that also. But this was in New York City. And photographers would put up casting calls, out of Manhattan, out of Brooklyn, out of all those places. So basically, long story short, one of the photographers reached out to me, and we set up a session. And we took the photos. For me, everything seemed fine, and from what he was saying in the session, everything was fine. It wasn't until after the session that he said he didn't like doing dark skin. He didn't like to do dark skin, he didn't like to do melanated skin because it was so much harder to retouch.
What?
And I was like, there was so many things that needed to be said, but first and foremost, then why did you reach out to me?
Yeah.
Because he reached out to me, which was you didn't see that I had melanin in my skin when you reached out to me, first of all, and second of all, it's not any harder than any other skin tone.
No.
So what? It was so weird to me, and again, I was like 18 or 19, so of course that like shattered my whole like life, and I'm like, what? Why?
No, I'm sorry, I gotta call him out on that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you what actually happened.
Okay.
Based on what you just told me. He screwed up the pictures.
And tried to blame it on me.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I realized after dealing with many other photographers that had absolutely no issue whatsoever with my melanated skin and retouching it, that he just didn't know what he was doing. And he was trying to put it off on me and make it seem as if I was doing something wrong for...
He screwed up.
Yeah. So it's really, really weird.
And skin tones are very important.
They are.
And it is
and the colors you
difficult.
use with them.
Yep.
And that was what I think he did wrong. I think he used the wrong color background with the photo shoot he did, and he got upset because he knew that it wasn't blending well with my complexion, and he was trying to make it seem like he didn't like it. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm very grateful that amazing photographers like you exist that actually know what they're doing and don't try to make the people that they're photographing feel like they're doing something wrong
Yeah.
because they didn't take the time to,
Right.
you know, sharpen their skills.
Right.
Which is, if he did that, there wouldn't have been any issue.
Right.
But speaking of modeling, so see, we're going into the smooth transition into fashion because, as you know, this season is all about food, fashion equaling fire. So we are going to be talking about all the different fashion that we're wearing today,
Okay.
just so we can do a nice little shout out. And one big thing for me for this season, because I'm trying to kind of make the modeling world and the food world coexist here, is to really shout out the people that we're wearing, because I feel like we're all models in a way. So no matter what we're wearing, we're modeling somebody's design. Somebody somewhere made up whatever we're wearing.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, people should get more credit, because it takes a lot of work to make a piece, even if it's a simple shirt. It does take work.
It does.
It does. It does.
It's
So
a creative process.
it is, like with everything. Like with everything. So I want to start with this amazing jacket, coat.
Yes.
It's just giving. It's giving everything. Because it's a long coat, so let me stop talking so you can tell.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I believe it is like a spring summer jacket, but in the winter I just wear it instead of a sweater. And I like, because I make these t-shirts through Vista Print.
I love Vista Print. Shout out to Vista Print. Vista Print, I just ordered some business cards from them.
You can get like one t-shirt at a time, and so, you know, it's just me, myself, and I didn't want to order, 50 t-shirts minimum. So, I put my logo. My logo was created by Catherine Smith of White Rabbit Design, and I put the logo on here. And then I bought this at Modesty Marketplace, which is in, I think it's Williamsville or Snyder. It's on the corner of Main Street and Harlem, I believe.
Okay.
There's a Bagel J's there on the corner, if anyone's familiar with the area.
I gotta stop in there.
It's a small shop, but it is packed, and you can be sure that there is nothing in there that you can find anywhere else in the area.
Ooh,
because she orders all of her clothes from the Middle East, specifically Dubai.
Ooh.
That's where they all come from. So
nice. I gotta stop in there for sure, because I know they probably got some gems in there.
they have some great stuff. I bought this jacket and also a sweater. A
Ooh.
long sweater.
Nice.
Yeah.
I need to go in there for sure. There's so many cute little boutiques like within 10 miles of here that I keep saying I'm gonna make my way to. I know there's a cute boutique that the previous guest was talking about on Hurdle, and I want to stop in there too. So I'm going to add that to my list of places to visit. And also, you said your jeans, they are, oh my goodness, her jeans are so fire. Sorry.
It's not that they look that great on me, but they are fleece lined.
Fleece line jeans.
Winters in Buffalo.
Yes, I need to get me some of those. Yeah, and where are those from?
I bought them at Kohl's, and they're Eddie Bauer brand.
Look amazing. I love that. I love that jacket. I definitely have to stop into that boutique. This, for me today, I wanted to wear red. You know, Valentine's Day is coming up, the month of love. So I wanted to wear a little red. Where did I get, you know what? I wish I can remember where you know when you get tank tops and you just grab a tank top? I'm pretty sure I got this from like Forever 21 or something, this red one. This is actually from Rainbow shops. I love Rainbow so much because if you really take the time and look, like with most places, there's some really, really cute stuff in there. So I got this from there, and I also have like on this little like leather mini skirt, and I actually got this from Queens on Jamaica Avenue. Shout out to Jamaica Avenue in Queens. Hey. So Jamaica Avenue, just a little boutique that was like along the thing, and I saw it like hanging on one of the racks, and I was like, ooh, that's really cute. And I, grabbed it in a small, and that was it. And I wish I could remember the name of the store, but I can't, because it was one of those little, small little boutiques, bodega type things. So let that lead into who inspires you. I know I usually do a book or a movie or a show that inspires entrepreneurs, but for Tara, we're gonna find out what person or people inspired you to become a photographer. And anyone who wants to become a photographer or anything that has to do with like the arts or that type of creative, who would you say inspired you, just so they can maybe use that as an inspiration for them also?
Okay. Some of the artists that inspired me to become an artist and inspired some of my work at one phase or another. Well, I mentioned Ansel Adams.
Yes.
And Georgia O'Keeffe is one of my favorite artists.
Ooh, okay.
She is not a photographer, she's a painter. But I loved her story. And then there's another artist that inspired me is Pablo Picasso.
Pablo Picasso, that's what it was.
My tongue.
Yes, so that's amazing. You figured it out.
Yep, he's an amazing artist. If you've never heard of him, look him up. He's a Cubist painter. He started out painting realistically and then created Cubist movement painting. So
nice. I love that.
Influential.
Yeah. So one influence. So those are all amazing people who influenced you, and rightfully so. They all made sense for your line of work. So I love that. For me, in general, Rihanna, I would say she's like my number one inspiration. Saweetie too. I love Saweetie too. She's really, really good. I love her. So Rihanna and Saweetie, those are my two ones. And I love that.
Any chefs?
Just my family. My family in general. But that's the life of an entrepreneur, and you know best because you've been doing it for quite a while, over a decade now. You've been doing this. So you are you're an OG at this. You know exactly what you're doing. So thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
Thank you for having me. I always love your food. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
And when you said, "Would you like to be out?" Yes. And
you
have to hear the rest of the sentence. So.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was like halfway through the sentence of me asking her if she wanted to be on it. She was like, "Yes." What time, the date, the location, where, how, when.
I'll be there.
So thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. You're amazing. You're super talented. And you're also an inspiration for me because you've been doing this for so long. It's hard to find people who pursue their dreams and continue to pursue their dreams. A lot of people give up and they're like, you know what, whatever, I'm done. This is it. And maybe this is not for me. And you kept going, and I love that. I love that about you.
Thank you.
That's why we stay connected the way that we do, because we persevere through it all.
Yes.
No matter what's happening, you gotta keep going. That's what it's all about. So thank you again so much for sitting down with me. I plan to have a talk show. You heard it first here.
Yeah.
Talk show. It's in the works. It's happening. And she's gonna be a guest. I'm gonna be too famous. Never ever. She's my friend. I'll never be too famous to be my friend. Thank you so much, Tara. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys follow Tara. Where can they follow you? So let me make sure I say that before we end it up.
TBC Photo on Instagram, Facebook, and also LinkedIn.
Perfect. See, easy. TBC Photo. You can't go wrong. You can't mess that up. I'm going to put it down in the information just in case you don't know the TBC, even though that's easy to remember. I'll make sure to put it down in there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. And make sure you follow me on all of my social medias. Follow her on all of her social medias so we can all stay connected and we can all know what each other is doing, because all of this community is what we need for everyone to be successful.
We rise together.
I love that. Yes, perfect way to end it. We rise together. Very, very true. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.